Well, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? And please have your attention. Can you make one? For all of you for preparing yourself to our seminar. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is NICOLAUS. I am as moderator today. I am very pleased to see you and welcome to our seminar. This is a seminar is conducted by the Theology Department and supported by INGGI, International Theology of Students in Psychology and Social Science. This seminar is discussed about the YOS. His Excellency, the Dean of Technology, BAYU Faculty is Dr. Edward Heinrich. Give applause for him. And respectable to Chair of Theology Department is Alexander Kartono. Take applause again. Then the respectable collector of Theology Department and all participants of this seminar, thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, the speaker today is Dr. KELVIN, M.A., Master of Arts in Psychology. He is one of lecturers in educational program at State University of Jakarta. And he tackled a master's degree at Pajajaran University in Psychology. Then he got scholarship to take his PhD at Harvard University, USA. Before we begin, let's know the regulation how the seminar will be going. Firstly, I would like to give time to Dr. KELVIN to present your seminar content today. Or just 3 minutes. I'm sorry, 60 minutes. And now, allow me to welcome the speaker. Is actually Dr. KELVIN M.A.
Before we start, I want to ask you some questions. Do you guys believe what is called already exists in this world? What do you think when I said ghost? Do you want to answer? Do you think ghost is scared? So, or is taboo? Is taboo? So for Mr. Roberto, ghost is scared. But in my opinion, ghost is evil spirit that disturbing us. Ghost that we already know is not spirit of the dead people, but it's Satan or evil spirit. How can I say that? How can I have a statement like that? Just from a long time ago when I was here, I read my Bible and saw interesting statement that changed my whole perception about God. The statement is more or less like this: the dead people will never can contact or interact us, the living people. So, if the dead people can interact us with any other object, any other thing that we can interact with us, who is this in us? What is it? I think what I think is and just small group can be held the victim of the process. Like this, at what number over, there will have a number of 1 plus the work and over with provided test of the and one landed and into the world of that's what I think about those. That's we will see about the professional. This professional opinion from the terminal system. Since and God comprised of 12 elements, they get the master of space and time in the given procedure is able to give or cost-effective to the mental states. So, the terminal system thinks gene and ghost is from rational minds. So, the terminal system, I read the article of this. Terminal system says I've said that ghost can be detected with software. The next professional opinion is from Professor Dr. Nathan S.P. He said, whatever the ghost, scientists still take research from the angel of science or science policy. And they still believe that the ghost is in crucial way playing the brain under certain circumstances. So, Professor Dr. Nathan thinks that the ghost is just for hallucination or chemical thing in our brain. So, from two professional and myself, we have 3 different statements. Next, we will go into the next part. This is the picture from graveyard of cemetery. Do you know what is cemetery? Cemetery, as we know, is identical to ghost appearance. Let's take the illustration. When we go passing in the cemetery, then suddenly we see a fog that strangely moving, and we can clearly see that like blur object. The glowing fog that we see as blur object, where did it come from? I want to explain this strange situation at cemetery. First, our body, our bones, is contained small amount of phosphorus. Then, after several days after our body being buried, the phosphorus will evaporate and mixing with the air. So, we can see the phosphorus in the distant air. But the phosphorus will not be seen if there was just one dead body. But if several dead bodies gather together and the phosphorus will be produced in large amount, we will see the phosphorus as blur object that we think is ghost. That's the sense situation of the cemetery. Now, if the evolutionary rate is not if the ghost appearance was evolutionary rate, then why different countries have different forms can they be killed, or can the victim of possessed by evil spirit can live things like normally go? They can be killed, but it's really but handful of ways. And as I hear that I know till now, it's 10 people that can feel victim that possessed by evil spirit. But what I know was one of it. There were investigators and all associated with prominent guests of something. In 1952, the word opened the word of conclusion. Words of conclusion is gathering the stuff that they have been possessed by the evil spirit, like ANGGOTA and something like that. Next is the best one. ANGGOTA, another 6 children, named Erna, received the call from her mother as pregnant. It was the worst person to receive, because the daughter that he received contained the evil spirit. Now, how can demon possess our body? There's 3 steps of it. First step is infestation step. At infestation steps, demon will enter in our body, but can take full control of it. To take full control, they are going to make our mental like oppression steps. After our mental being pressed and being going away, then the evil spirit can take over our body. Exorcism is activating the kick the evil spirit out of the victim. There is 3 kind of exorcism. It's known exorcism, super exorcism, and real exorcism. What the difference of 3 of it is the way to cure the victim. This is the example. First of all, this is a lot of it, but I will make several examples. This is anesthesia, tropium, this exercise of void, not of manifest process. And there's a video.
Born in 1952, Anneliese Michel grew up in the small German town of Klingenberg, part of a pious and highly observant Roman Catholic family. But at 17, she started having convulsions. Gradually, her condition worsened. Despite medication, Anneliese became suicidal. She started seeing the devil and hearing demonic voices. She couldn't bear to be around images of Jesus, couldn't drink holy water. She started to eat spiders, eat coal and nails. She growled like a dog, ripped the clothing off her body, screamed through the night, and even began drinking her own urine. Her family finally arranged for a sanctified exorcism. At the age of 23, Anneliese had 67 rites of exorcism performed on her by 2 priests, 42 of which were recorded. She died in the spring of 1976 from pneumonia, weighing just 68 pounds. 40 years later, her mother remains convinced that Anneliese was possessed by Satan, and she regrets nothing. Was Anneliese really a victim of supernatural demonic possession? The existence of demonic possession is a widely held religious belief. In Islamic mythology, the jinn are supernatural beings that can invade the body. Within the Christian tradition, exorcism dates back to the New Testament, when Jesus expelled demons on a number of occasions. Outside of the Judeo-Christian religions, there are numerous permutations of demonic possession, like the Hindu Vedas scriptures, which depict evil spirits harming humans who are cured by exorcism. Despite the lack of scientific evidence, A 2005 poll found that 42% of Americans believe in diabolical possession. Numerous cases of alleged demonic possession have occurred in the last 40 years, many of which have been dramatized on film and in television. In 2008, in New York, a psychiatrist diagnosed a patient as being attacked by demons and even helped supervise her exorcism.
And that's a scary idea.
In fact, exorcisms in the Western world are on the rise. There is now a papal institute for training priests in exorcism and deliverance, and every US bishop is allegedly meant to designate an exorcist. At least 10 official exorcists are thought to exist in America as members of the Catholic hierarchy, with 500 to 600 evangelical exorcism ministries, if not more. The Roman Catholic Church's effort to bring exorcism back as a typical ritual has been seen as an effort to reclaim hierarchical authority. In an era where there are fewer people in the Western world becoming priests than ever before, having the ability to cast out demons is a unique and special power. The Vatican is also answering to supply and demand. Better that increasing requests for exorcism are answered by sanctified priests. But exorcism can result in serious harm. There have been a number of high-profile exorcism-related deaths. For example, in 1997, a woman in San Francisco was pummeled to death while being exorcised. In London in 2000, a young girl was brutally murdered by her guardians, who believed her to be possessed. The majority of historical cases of demonic possession would now be treated as a form of mental illness. With the medical developments of social psychology and a deeper understanding of epilepsy, schizophrenia, and Tourette's in particular, what once might have been considered demonic possession is now largely understood as a psychiatric condition. In 1999, the Vatican updated its guidelines on exorcism for the first time since 1614. Anyone requesting an exorcism must now undergo a preliminary medical examination. Whether or not demons are real is largely down to a question of faith. It is likely that if you believe in demonic possession, it will be a possible explanation for unstable behavior. Cases of possession are typically amongst the most vulnerable people in society, who are in need of professional care. But life after death remains a mystery, and fear of the unknown will continue to entertain the notion of there being evil forces beyond our control.
Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with an eerie feeling that someone or something is watching you? Or maybe you've seen a pair of eyes in the darkness staring back at you and deep into your soul. Are demons responsible for these spine-tingling moments?
It's useful stuff to remind us, to help remind us. Like, we memorize some object with symbol, and this is a symbol. First, got head and one head. Second is double man and upside down cross. Satanic, then the rest, and satanic cross. Inverted pentagram and protection symbol. Then the symbol. Now, for the end, this is the film by STEVANUS story. Then perform sources, process the demon, and some other. That's the end of our topic.
Okay, applause to Dr. KELVIN. Thank you very much, Dr. KELVIN, for giving such information and interesting seminar. Okay, now we come to question and answering session. I'd like to have 9 questions from now. 9 questions. Any question? Okay, any question? Just 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Just 7. 9. Okay. 8. Just 8. 1 again. Okay, just 8. The first is the yes, ALWI.
My name is ALWI. I'm from STIKOM YOSUDARSO, and I want to ask, Did human look Satan? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And ladies one.
Thank you for moderator. My name is FEBRIANA. I'm from the STEVANUS. Okay. If your opinion about people can see Satan, I have a question for you. How does people can see Satan? Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'm repeat the method, yes. Method to see Satan. Okay, the next man. Yes.
Thank you for the time. I'm from STIKOM. I want to ask is humans created by God Himself? Thank you.
Okay, great question. The next, yes, please.
For validity, my name is YULIAN from STIKOM. I want to ask if say the person of Indonesia, such as pain, whether does in the tradition of the demons.
Okay, thank you. Then the next. Okay, thank you. I repeat again. His name is Mr. Benny. Oh yes, Mr. Benny. What does Satan can kill a human like this? Okay. Then the next. Who? Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. I am STEVANUS PRADANA I'm from SUDARSO University. I want to ask for the review. What is the difference between diabetes in Asia, Eropa, and Africa? Thank you.
Okay, nice. What is here? The next, who? Yes. Please.
Okay. I want to ask, does the Satan bite like a human? Thank you.
Okay. The last, yes.
Yes. My name is RIZKA and from STIKOM. I want to ask, how do we want the existence, the of devil?
Okay, what is the existence of evil? Oh, that is a question. Now, for Mr. KELVIN to give answer. Please.
To answer Mr. Ariel, question. First question is whether human can look Satan. Right? Yes, human can look Satan. If Satan won't appear in front of you. If Satan won't appear, then we can look. And for this myself question, the method how can we look Satan? Let's like what I said for first question. The Satan will come see if they want to appear from inside. You can follow Satan by few methods, but if the Satan won't appear, then we can speak with my answer. Next question is, I've seen the tradition of Indonesia to celebrate the success of the day. Whether does the tradition involves them? Yeah, it is, because Udolumri is one method that calls the evil spirit and human playing without it. Next question is, what is the difference between devil in Asia, Europe, and India? What is the difference between devil in Asia, Europe, and India? I will answer this question. The difference between devil in this three countries is in shape, form, that what I explained. The shape is back from the culture, the fear of the mindset of people in their region. Thank you. Next question is, does Satan have a life like human? Satan have a life like human, but they can think with common sense because they created not perfect like us. The last question is, how do we know the existence of the devil? The existence of the devil can be known. How do we know the existence of the devil? The existence of the devil can be known with help by people with sixth sense. Without that, we just only know the existence of the devil if the devil appears by himself.
Okay, for the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of part in this video. Before I close this seminar, Ms. ANGGI and Secretary will be read, would like to take the conclusion or summary from the speaker and RIZKY.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from the derivation of the seminar this time, we can make the conclusion that it's not real ghost. Ghost is result of our own mind, hallucination raised by the devil. From now, no soul will be afraid of the ghost, but was afraid when your faith and your mind is ruled by Satan. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank so much to speaker for informative and interesting seminar, and to our secretary for the translation, and then to all our participants for very active participation. Hopefully, the seminar will be beneficial for everybody. And please give applause for the speaker and for all of you.